I interviewed Noam Chomsky a couple of months before he had his stroke. It's actually a pretty interesting story. I might have just told it on another podcast, but I spoke with him in March. It was wonderful. At that time, I was doing interviews out of my apartment. I didn't have this. And it was an episode, obviously the most exciting episode I ever could have done. That was the episode in which my cat decided that she had to be the star of the show, and she was running around all over the place, and it drove me nuts. But in that interview, he said that he did not think we could learn anything about the human mind or language learning from LLMs just because they function so differently from human minds. That he referenced impossible languages. That was one thing he wanted to talk about. And I think this is also around the time that New York Times piece came out. But how do you feel about that claim that Chomsky made?
Well, first let me say I knew him pretty well. You know, I taught at MIT for 25 years.
Yeah.
My office was across the hall
Jared
from
told
his.
me that.
And so he's a super incredible person. But I think he just doesn't realize how important these AI models are. I don't know how much they can tell us about language. Famously, some of the AI people say, whenever I fire a linguist, my model gets better. But they certainly have told us a huge amount about human thought, about what aspects of the mind are subject to this kind of autocomplete kind of account. And that's a very important discovery. By the way, I should say that I was in an AI discussion group for a number of years, and we had a lot of AI people in that. And when these models started to get really good with GPT-3, they're all completely shocked about how good they were. Nobody in the profession expected they would be this good.